What if the most old-fashioned marketing tool online is actually your most valuable one? So, in last video, I talked about how to grow your audience without paid ads and without posting every single day. And one of the things I mentioned at the end was email. Why building even a small email list matters more than most people realize. Today, I want to go deeper on that because when I first started, I honestly did not see the point of email. I thought, isn't that old fashioned? Isn't everyone on social media now? Why would anyone want to hear from me by email? And I want to talk about that honestly today because I think a lot of people in their 50s who are just starting out online feel the same way. And I think it is worth changing how you think about this. So before we get into it, have you ever followed someone on social media, felt genuinely connected to what they were building, and then one day just stopped seeing their posts? The algorithm shifted, the platform changed, and that connection just quietly disappeared. Drop that in the comments because I think it happens more than we realize. Here is the thing about social media that took me a while to fully understand. You do not own that audience. When someone follows you on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, that relationship lives on someone else's platform. And that platform decides who sees your content, when they see it, and how often. You have no control over that. One algorithm change and your reach can drop overnight. One platform update and the content you spent hours creating is suddenly being shown to a fraction of the people who asked to see it. I am not saying social media is not valuable. It absolutely is. It is how new people find you. It is how your content gets discovered. But social media is how people find you. Email is how you keep them, and that distinction matters a lot when you are building something that is meant to generate income over time. Now, here is where I want to be upfront with you. My email list is still small. I am building it step by step, just like everything else in this journey. I am not going to pretend I have thousands of subscribers or that I have figured out the perfect email strategy. What I have figured out is why it matters and why I wish I had started building it earlier. When someone gives you their email address, they are doing something completely different from hitting a follow button. They are saying, I trust you enough to invite you into my inbox. That is a much more intentional relationship than a social media follow. And that means the people on your email list are your warmest audience. They already know who you are. They already believe you have something useful to say. They are already one step closer to becoming a customer than someone who just stumbled across one of your videos. So, what do you actually send people? This was my biggest confusion when I first started. I did not want to sound pushy. I did not want to feel like I was selling all the time. I did not even know what to say. And here is what I eventually figured out. You send them the same thing you create everywhere else. Helpful, honest content around the problem you solve. A simple update about what you are working on. A useful tip related to your topic. A behind the scenes look at something you tried. A short story about a lesson you learned. You are not writing a sales letter every time. You are just showing up in someone's inbox the way you show up in your videos, consistently, honestly, and helpfully. And occasionally, naturally, without pressure, you mention your product because they already trust you, because they are already interested, and because a gentle reminder that you have something useful available is not pushy, it is just helpful. Now, let me talk about the tech side for a second because I know that can feel overwhelming. I use Systeme.io for my email and funnel setup, and I want to be clear, I am still learning it. It is not perfectly set up. It is a work in progress, but here is what I want you to hear. You do not need a complicated system to start building an email list. You need three things: A simple page where people can enter their name and email, a reason for them to do that, a free resource, a guide, a simple checklist that solves a problem they already have, and a basic email setup that delivers what you promised and stays in touch. That is it. You do not need fancy automations or complicated sequences or perfectly designed templates on day one. You just need to start. Start simple, improve as you go. And here is the thing I want to say to anyone who is still wondering why anyone would want to hear from them by email. They will want to hear from you because you are solving a real problem for them, because you are talking about something they are actually dealing with, because you sound like a real person who has been where they are, not a corporate brand with a polished newsletter. Your audience is not looking for perfect, they are looking for real, and real is something you already have. I do not see email as old-fashioned. I see it as steady. And for someone over 50 who is building something online, one step at a time, steady is exactly what you want. Social media helps people find you. Email helps you keep them, and keeping people building that small, quiet group of people who genuinely trust you and want to hear from you. That is where the real long-term income comes from. If I can start building this after everything I went through, so can you. So here is your simple action step from today. Just one thing. If you do not have any way to collect emails yet, set up one simple page this week, one place where someone can enter their name and email in exchange for something useful. A checklist, a guide, a simple resource that solves one clear problem. Do not overthink it. Do not wait until it is perfect. Just start. And if you want to see the kind of simple setup I am talking about, the free resource I offer in exchange for an email, I have left the link in the description below. Have a look. See how simple it can be. Next video, I want to talk about pricing, how to figure out what to charge for your first digital product, why most beginners underprice themselves, and the simple approach I use to decide on my first price. If this video helped you today, hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need to hear this. And I will see you in the next one.